taking chances on a suicide squeeze. It's a great day for a pancake, always swinging for the high sticky cheese. Hey, hey, it's a great day, let's play. Hey, hey, it's a great day.
Hi, this is Christelle Martinet with another weekly reading for the week starting March 2nd. I'm still here. I'm still in this house that I grew up in. And this morning I have these candles and this ship that's been in this house forever, since I was a little girl. I woke up, read the newspaper, and I realized that tomorrow, I believe, is the starting of a new series, I guess you would call it, of House of Cards. And I was so excited. I was so excited. I liked the series. I must have been a croupier in other lives somewhere in international casinos. I probably would have done very well. But I have the cards with me right next to me. And I turned on the video camera without knowing how to start the weekly spread for Monday, the 2nd of March. And knowing that my Visconti Sforza deck was missing the strength card, I have again here with me the Johanna Gargiulo-Shermann tarot. And we'll open with I've just decided, a card to be chosen at random that will signify us. And we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups. The Three of Cups, nice, very nice. An initial stage of emotional development. We have 7 cards around, I'll put. The Queen of Wands, 8 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Empress, the Fool, the Devil, and the Three of Wands. A very interesting week. Extremely interesting week. All right, the Three of Cups is in the middle then. You've seen that. The Queen of Wands, Our Lady of Passion, I call her. Perhaps you cannot see that. Let me get a candle up front. Oh, there you go. Probably now you can see that. Our Lady of Passion. And then the only problematic card, I would say, at least in this deck, that's to be reminded, in this deck, in other decks it's not, is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, almost as if there are choices to be made, and this came up, I believe, last week as well. The Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords around midweek alongside the Empress. It's too early in the morning to have taken alcohol. I'm here with my cup of coffee. And the Fool. There's the Fool. Right next to the Empress, between the Empress and the Devil, which is an extremely lively, interesting, very interesting combination from midweek towards Saturday, the end of the week. And then you have the Three of Wands, as if some initial ground has been covered. The Three of Wands. Let's take the oracle cards on the Eight of Cups. That's my first choice. The Eight of Cups, because the Queen of Wands around Monday is a good movement card. It's a card that will get you going into the week. Perhaps, depending on what is going on in your life, the Tuesday after that initial go-getter feeling, there is a sense of having to stop a moment. Let's take a look. Yes, there's from these 3 cards, there is the room, la stanza, la vecchia signora, the old lady, and the death card, which is quite different from other decks, the death card here. Now, there's a sense of needing to become, needing to address communication in a mature way, in a way that is completely different from what you have been doing so far. these cards suggest that you might step back just a second, review what has been going on, and look at the positive and the negative sides, and find a way that you can then move on with a different style, perhaps a different style, a different way in any case. And that is the around Tuesday. Let's take a look at us, the Three of Cups. Yes, we have our Lady Constance coming out. We have Constance here. She's leaning on the pole. Everyone knows who she is. People have been writing to me about her. The trip, vacation, could be movement in any case, just like our ship back there. And this happiness, allegria al cuore, this is happiness. Happiness really in the heart. But they have different meanings depending on where they're located. In this little explanation of us, actually, the Three of Cups, we are like I said last week, actually, we are in a position that is not that bad at all. We're starting to make choices for ourselves. And why do I say that? Because choices, when you have a choice and different options, that gives you some form of strength. And there's movement here. It is likely either that you move. This card is never truly a travel card, and in this position it really isn't, but there may be movement actually, long distance and short distance. But generally, I would say in this week, for the entire week, it is a card that makes you change your way of doing things. Well, we saw that on the Monday. And this is the most interesting of the three. This is the happiness in your heart. And it's by no chance that there's a woman there with two men. And, which would be a burden. One man generally is a lot, or one woman is a lot, and two might be fun for a while, but I always used to say when I was younger, there are 7 days in the week. We eat 3 times a day. If you do the mathematics, how many people in your life should you have? And then as I grew older, it's now, as you can see, whittled down to 2 or 1. All right, that's the us. That is us. There's the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords talks about communication and difficult communication that you may not receive or that you may receive and is not perhaps what you expect, or does make cause for sadness a bit. But this is dispiacere. It's not really sadness. You're not tearing your hair out. It is just a touch of sadness, could even be nostalgia. And this is from someone, it could be a male or female, who has thought long and hard about what they want to say. The Empress. Okay, the Empress is there, and the Empress is what typically is defined as Mother Earth, a very powerful person who doesn't have to do anything to be powerful. And this lovely animal, the butterfly, does attest to that. In many different spreads, the butterfly does call on sexual activity, but in this, you can see there's the prisoner, so there will be none of that, I'm sorry to say. There'll be none of that, but lo and behold, we have our little Cupid, blindfolded Cupid. Now, does that tell us that love means no sex? I hope not, but it may tell us that the communication that you're sad about in one way will not bring someone very close enough to have that interaction, but it does spell out to you that someone does care, and that's on the Empress. The Fool card, the beginning, very, very, very interesting, very interesting. The Fool card, who I think I showed you that. The 3 oracle cards that come out are 1, the Child, which means a beginning, just like our Fool card does denote. Then we have these 2, very cute. One is the female enemy, and one is the female friend. In the Italian language, similar to Romance languages, there's a female and male gender in many words and many lexical items. And this is, being back to back, it's the beginning of you passing from the position of being someone who is to be guarded against to someone who is not that bad and could come under the heading of a friend. This is not a bad place to be, if you consider from, the past of your situation. Then we have the devil. And the devil, everyone thinks, okay, drug addiction, sex, all of our vices. But in truth, the devil has many different meanings. And what is it telling us in this? We're talking about probably the weekend. Now, something is coming to you. This has to do with financial matters. This is a coffer with open with all jewels. It has also to do, in this closed room, it can mean communication that will be coming in the form of gifts. How can I put it? They will be bits of communication that sit well with you and feel as though they are initial small gifts. Not necessarily financial gifts. Okay? Here we have long-awaited sighs, waiting for this ship to come in, and it is coming in. And right next to that, we have the woman with a monocle looking out to sea. You can see it now on this weekend, on the Saturday. You can start. You have a tangible sense that something will be moving into your realm, into your habitat. Then we have this Three of Wands, and the Three of Wands is a strong card. It's an initial strong card, but it is the beginning. And the oracle cards tell us that it's the end of the week. All in all, we were given small gifts. As we said, there was some movement in communication towards the weekend. Around Friday, we're passing from one definition of an enemy-like figure to someone that someone can befriend. And we're coming to the final days of the week, and here you look back and think of how things were. And that's natural, because the past and history does help us understand the present and probably look towards a future or plan a future, and thoughts in that direction. And nonetheless, there is a note of sort of nostalgia in the end. This is an ill card, but it's not illness. In this, it's just thoughts that bring you back to the past. I'll take the Neapolitan cards on that. I haven't done so yet. These lovely Neapolitan cards that are so small, you can see them in my hand. I love them well, not just, but that's one of the reasons. And what I like about them the most is that I can shuffle them just the way I'm shuffling them, and they don't split. The cards are extremely well made. They almost feel like plastic business cards, actually, differently from other cards. Okay, let's see what that is. The ending of the week and all this nostalgia. Oh my dear. Well, it clarifies it, qualifies it, if you like. There's a qualification here. This is the Page of Swords, usually as a messenger, and usually as a messenger of communication. Now, your feelings that at the end of the week have to do with that. And though we then have two pentacle cards, one is a knight, this is definite movement, and the king in the end. This should tell you that, and I always say, in this deck specifically, but more so, well, as well in many decks, many tarot decks, the pentacle cards are spiritual cards. They are aligned with Venus, and this is something that is of a very, very highly qualified spiritual nature coming your way. And it being a king, it's not necessarily a man, but it is the last card in the pentacles in this deck. There are 7 plus 3, and this is the week's end to advise us that we're in a position of receiving. Okay, now this is receiving. It's not necessarily that a man or a woman is going to pop up on our door, knock on it, and give us some spiritual goods. This is telling us that we're in a position of being able to accept a new spiritual perspective, a gift that we've never had before. And to close, I'll take another, at random, the tarots and see what it tells us. Well, the 5 of Cups. The 5 of Cups tells us to guard that last day, the weekend. Don't make high expectations. Don't have high expectations. As I said, a man will not come to your door and knock on it, or a woman will not come to your door and knock on it. We're talking about a week that has to do with memories, communications that make you disappointed because of your high expectations. We want to probably work on that. There is also, probably the most important part of the week is towards the Thursday and Friday, when you have definitely a sign that you are passing from the enemy to the friend position in someone's mind. And of course we have our Empress that has talked to us of Cupid. Now, there's something in the spread that I'm unhappy with, and when this occurs, what I do is take a completely different deck, and it's very odd that I do have the Lenormand cards next to me, that I'll start to shuffle, and I'll draw 3 cards from this deck and talk about them. Because it's as if I'm missing a fundamental message here. 3 cards are, well, isn't that interesting? Okay. Definitely the week's theme is the ship. I put the ship out. It came also out of these cards. There were ships coming in, a ship coming in. There's a ship. Now, this does talk of travel. Next to that is communication and the tree. The tree in the Lenormand cards talks about deep-rooted feelings, deep-rooted anything. It talks also about health. It talks about spirituality as well. The fundamental message of these cards is that you're moving towards an upstepped communication, but a communication that has to do with spirituality, long-lasting spirituality. Now, you can interpret this depending on your situation, your personal situations, as being directed to your love life, as being directed to your religious beliefs and your spiritual beliefs, as directed to a personal interaction with someone. It could even be on the job, actually, communication and how you view your enemies and friends that Friday on the job. So let us close with this, and let me say that again. It was a pleasure to read with you, and I'll be coming out probably midweek with, or a Tuesday or probably a Wednesday, with 101, the Cartomancy Series 101 I mentioned, and the theme will be Nights in Our Dreams. Remember that the word nights is ambiguous when we listen to it orally, Nights in Our Dreams. And thank you for joining me, and thank you very, very much for your support, your likes, your shares, and your subscriptions. I do appreciate it. I will be seeing you soon. Do visit my website, christelmartinet.com. Thank you for joining me.